everyone, my name is a theme park evangelist. Well, I am finally vlogging my random vlog this week, which this week I decided to do my vlog on how YouTubing in Central Florida differed for me than vlogging here in Northern Kentucky. And I'm primarily going to be focusing on the first few years I was living in Central Florida versus obviously the past 6 years I've been living here in Northern Kentucky. And I've been, thinking a lot about the past, the longer I live here. It really makes you miss your home the longer you live in another state. And it's just, one of those situations where you just really start thinking more and more about where you're from. But you also have to ask yourself, should I stay here or should I go back? And if there's more pros about moving back, then you obviously need to move back. But there are more cons about moving back, then you need to stay where you're at. And that's something I've literally asked myself for the past 6 years. And the longer I stay here, the more cons there are about moving back. But that doesn't mean I can't think about it. And goodness knows, now I've got a Publix supermarkets up here in Northern Kentucky, literally 20 minutes away from me. So why would I want to move back? Besides, I work there. So I've got my old job back. Sure, it's not Winter Haven, Florida, but now I can officially tell people I work for Publix supermarkets in Winter Haven, Florida, and Walton, Kentucky, which is pretty cool. I never thought I would ever go back. If people ask me in the future, so which state did you like working for Publix in the most? And I would tell people, honestly, Walton, Kentucky, much better store, much better management. I think the weather was just overall better there. My coworkers were way friendlier. And I really liked the fact that I could kind of work and people genuinely appreciated me going out of my way to help them and, teach them a thing or two. And, I was doing that more out of concern than anything. And it really made me appreciate my job more versus down in Florida. Everybody knew what they were doing, and when I wasn't doing my job well enough, sometimes I got rebuked for it, and it kind of hurt, because my goal in life is to help others improve, and I do that, and I only want to help people improve out of love, because I want to show everybody my God's love and kindness through my actions, even at work, so that's just how I feel. But, I unfortunately did not get to YouTube earlier this week. So, naturally, Mondays I usually don't vlog anyway. And even if I wanted to, I work 7 a.m. to, just after 3 o'clock in the afternoon at Publix. Tuesday, I worked the morning shift only. I was still exhausted because I had to work second shift at the hotel at Hampton Inn by the Ark Encounter on Easter Sunday, and then get up early the next day, so I was really worn out from that. Then come Wednesday or yesterday, I worked 9 a.m. till just after 6 o'clock in the evening at Publix, and I immediately turned around and I went to community group, and I didn't get home until just after 10. And then I think I ended up staying up till 1 in the morning, a lot later than I anticipated. And then I got 9 hours of sleep. So I can't believe I even stayed up that long. But when I woke up at 10 in the morning, I felt so refreshed. Well, I mean, I got maybe a little over 8 hours because I actually woke up at 9:45, but still, I was like, wow, I feel great. I feel wide awake again. Like, this is amazing. I haven't have been able to sleep in that late in days because I usually am up very early in the morning now. I'm getting back into a job where I start my day at 7 in the morning again versus um, 7 in the morning. I'm usually just turning over or whatever. Because usually about this time, I'm like looking at the clock and it's like, okay, it's just after 12 o'clock now. I got a couple more hours before I have to leave for work. And then I'm working till like 11 o'clock at night. And I mean, yes, sometimes I do have to work until 11 o'clock at night at Publix, but I mean, it varies. Sometimes I do, sometimes I don't. One day a week I still do the second shift at the hotel, but it's one of those you never know when it's going to happen situations. Usually it's on my days off from Publix, which I do at least get 1 or 2 days off from there a week. So, I mean, that's at least a blessing. Um, I actually have noticed that my hours are starting to get slightly decreased over there over the summer because, the kids are going to be um, getting out of school here soon. And that means my hours should increase at the hotel, which would be a huge blessing for me. And I would, be extremely happy about being able to go over to the hotel to work on the days that I'm not working at public supermarkets. But anyway, needless to say, that's been my life lately. So, you guys are obviously not here to hear about me rambling on about my life. So, we're going to talk about YouTube here. So, like, what was my YouTube channel like down in Central Florida? So, for one thing, when I was living in Central Florida, I was more or less um, vlogging at Universal like all the time. So I started out as a pass holder back in early 2016, and I had bought my very first pass, and my cousin Ryan was very nice and started giving me passes after that for free because he's a manager. And I'm not going to say what he does because he changes jobs every single year. I mean, he's always working on something major every single year. I'll just tell you guys one of them, and that's it. He helped build 2 escape rooms at Universal Orlando City Walk. So, if you guys are familiar with their escape rooms, he helped build those. I mean, he does really cool things, and he always wants what's best for the family, and that means a lot. Obviously, he can't give me annual passes anymore because there's no point of him giving me something I can only use once a year. So instead, I just ask him for comp tickets when I come down to visit. And that's how I've been able to go to Universal for free. And I am not the kind of person that's just going to ask him to get somebody in I don't know. Because he wouldn't do it anyway. And I respect that about him. So, anyway, I used to go to Universal all the time, and then I would ask my dad once in a while, hey, can you get me into Disney? And because back then my dad was a Disney cast member, now he's retired. And eventually I started working for Disney World myself. And TJ followed suit, who helped me start up the whole YouTube channel in the first place. And we started going to all 4 parks, including the water parks, with our main gates. It was really nice. So we would do that before work, after work, on our days off, you name it. Like, we were going to Disney and Universal like all the time. And when we were at Legoland, which we would get help from my close friend Vanita, we would go and vlog over there. So, like, my YouTube channel literally was the theme park evangelist back then. Because I wasn't really talking about my faith so much back then. My YouTube channel was pretty much just straight up theme park everything. And I, I loved the fact that I was literally just doing theme parks back then. But, if you were the kind of subscriber that, or the viewer, I could even say, that was looking for just a little bit more than theme parks, then my YouTube channel was not for you. And the one thing I've always liked about the Tim Tracker was the fact, or I mean, not even was the fact, is the fact that, yes, Tim does do theme parks primarily. I mean, I just watched his Epic Universe vlog like within the past week or two, and it was really amazing. And apparently, he's already been to the new Helios hotel at Epic Universe, which I still need to watch that sometime and see what that's like, because it's actually on their property, and I think that's really cool. He's also stayed at the other one that's kind of nearby Epic Universe as well. I've heard nothing but good things about Epic. I've already seen the entire park on YouTube, and I'm really excited. I actually already found video footage of the Battle of the Ministry. I'm very excited about it. Can't wait to ride it myself one day. Yes, I actually did watch Monsters Unchained on YouTube. I personally feel like it's a little too scary, but that's me. But you guys do you. But I'm personally more excited about the new Harry Potter land. And because I'm doing a theme park topic today, I decided to wear my old Harry Potter shirt just to show you guys which house I belong to. I've had this shirt for a very long time. My brother bought it, I think, 10 years ago. On my birthday, or for my birthday. He bought it at Islands of Adventure at Hogsmeade, and he gifted it to me at Fuddruckers in Orlando, which unfortunately no longer exists. So my closest Fuddruckers now is literally 4 hours away from me. So if I'm ever in Pigeon Forge, I try to go over there and eat there. But ironically, Fuddruckers is not the place I like to go out of my way to anymore. Like, don't get me wrong, guys, I love Fuddruckers, but I'm more interested in other places down in Pigeon Forge. There are so many places to eat at in Pigeon Forge, and Fuddruckers is ironically no longer my number one choice. I know it's like, I mean, that doesn't mean Katie wouldn't be against me eating at Fuddruckers, but it's just no longer my number one choice. But, yeah, literally my YouTube channel took a huge turn back in 2019. I decided that, well, I gotta at least vlog the Universal hotels that already existed, like, long before Epic Universe came along. Like, if this says anything, Universal's Adventura Hotel was the newest hotel that they had just built back in 2017. I don't think Universal had built any new hotels since Adventura. So now they've got 2 brand new hotels as of this year, and I think right shortly after I moved, like within the past couple of years, they went and built 2 more. So there's like 4 new hotels that Universal has built within the span of 8 years. And, naturally, the only one I've actually seen that's new of theirs in person has been Aventura. And I've been so, busy trying to keep up with Universal's new theme park content, I haven't had a chance to get over to their hotels yet, which I think would be really cool to see. Because the problem with moving out of state is you get so caught up trying to catch up with everything that they're doing in the parks that there's no time for you to get over to the hotels and go see what's going on with that. So, I mean, besides the obvious, I moved out of state, like, what changed with my YouTube channel once I moved here? Well, I started coming down to Florida once a year. So back in 2020, I made the decision, well, I'm going to go celebrate TJ's birthday because he got really used to me coming down and celebrating his birthday with him or just being there for his birthday. So I decided, well, I'm going to fly down there just before his birthday and go and celebrate his birthday with him. Like, why not, right? And one thing I had always wanted to do for a very long time was go to the Crystal Palace because I had never eaten there before, and I figured, excuse me, why not just eat there, but why not go ahead and YouTube it at the same time? Like, kill two birds with one stone. I had never, honestly, filmed a single Disney World restaurant until 2020, to my knowledge anyway. Now, keep in mind, 2020, yes, it was COVID year, but this is going to be ironic to you guys. I had gone down to Florida just before COVID hit. Like, literally had just gotten back within a day or two of COVID hitting. Because I went to work, I think, the day after I flew back in to CVG, my local airport, and COVID had just entered Lexington and Louisville. And then the day after that, it was in northern Kentucky. So, I mean, that just shows how perfect God's timing really is. Like, I'm really glad that God told me to fly down when he did and have me fly back when he did. I was just like, wow. You never know when things are going to happen. So, sorry, it was something work related. But anyway, I'm, down there back in 2020, and, like, that was, like, my big YouTube video for the year. And then I went back down the next year, and my big shock, of course, was the fact that I had never had a chance to vlog COVID in Central Florida at the theme parks before, and I figured, well, why not go ahead and show that to you guys? I figured if I have to suffer through it, you guys will probably want to suffer through it with me. At least virtually. I had to do it in person. That's a whole new ball game. It really is. I mean, obviously, 2022 was a better year in the stance, or in the sense that I no longer had to deal with COVID, but it was the first part of 2022 was really rough because I decided to fly down to Central Florida when TJ was in a really, really, really bad relationship, and it was not just affecting him, it was affecting me too. So, I mean, honestly, there really was nothing good that came out of the first part of 2022. So, we're just going to go ahead and skip ahead to the fall of 2022. I had gone back down for a wedding for my former pastor's daughter. Former pastor's daughter. Let me back it up. And my dad naturally wanted to go to the Disney parks. And since my dad was able to get both of us in without having to use any of his comp tickets, it really worked out. Now, this was back then when Disney was doing virtual queues, which they just recently got rid of. And now you just do standby for everything, or a lightning lane, as they like to call it, which I wish they would just bring back FastPass at this point. But, And, I'm really, really excited because I had never personally rode Cosmic Rewind yet. 2021, I went to Star Wars Galaxy's Edge for the very first time. Like, that was honestly my big vlog for 2021, but I had to deal with it. I had to see it during COVID, which kind of made it rough. But back in 2022, I got to what was it again? Yeah, I got to vlog Cosmic Rewind for the very first time. I didn't get to vlog on the actual ride, but I got to vlog the majority of it, and I thought that was impressive in itself that I got to do that. The only thing that I found remotely decent about the beginning of 2022 was that I got to vlog on Remy's Ride to a Adventure. So I actually vlogged the actual ride for you guys, and it's all on YouTube and all that fun stuff. So then I went back again the following year for TJ's 30th birthday. And once again, it was perfect timing because my hours were being drastically cut back at Perfect North Slopes, which I was working at the time. And I was also knowing for a fact that there was no way I was going to be able to go back to the Creation Museum until such and such date. And I still had some time to wait. So I decided, well, I'm going to go ahead and take my trip down to Central Florida because, they were not doing well that year. It was a very warm, mild winter. So it really worked out. And I flew down there, and I ended up spending over a week because of the fact that I got a call, if I'm not mistaken, while I was down there stating that I had been laid off. And I was like, are you kidding me right now? So I ended up staying there an extra day or two. I was like, oh, come on, man. And there was no point in me going back. I was like, what am I supposed to do? Sit around my parents' condo doing nothing? It's like, might as well. It's like, well, I could either do that or I could just stay here. So I figured, why not stay here? I mean, to me, that made more sense. I may as well make the most out of my vacation and go back home just before I go back to work. So, 2024 was definitely my favorite year out of all the years I ever got to fly down there. And, my favorite thing I got to vlog in Central Florida that particular year was I got to vlog Boma, which I had never done that before. And I also got to vlog let's see here. Oh yeah, Tiana's Bayou Adventure. I got to vlog the kitchen sink from the Magic Kingdom. I thought that was really cool, and I really enjoyed doing that. I did forget to mention I did drive down in July 2023. I've only driven down to Central Florida twice in the past 5 years. So the first time was back in March of 2021, which was when I did the Star Wars Galaxy's Edge thing. And that's when I went with my brother. And then I went with him and Katie in July of 2023. I did forget about that. We went in late July. It was like a very unusual time to go. Or it was like beginning of July till late July. It was a very unusual time to go. But we still went. And my big vlog that year was Tron. I completely forgot about that. It was the very first time I ever rode on Tron. And I also got to vlog Ohana for the very first time, which I only did dinner, but come September, you guys are going to get to see it for breakfast. So I'm very excited about that as well. So, it's just been so weird just going down once a year, and because I'm only going down once a year, I'm just like, okay, I only have so much time, so I gotta do at least one or two really cool vlogs I've never done before. I gotta try something new at least one time, something I've had my whole entire life to do, but chose not to do it because I thought to myself, oh, I can just come back next week or whatever and go do it. But then next week came and I never did it. And the following week came and I never did it. And then before I knew it, I had moved away. And meanwhile, TJ, for example, or Kay for that matter, can continue to go every single week if they really wanted to, just by becoming annual pass holders, but I can't. I have to go only once a year now. And it stinks. It really does. Like, this is the first fall I'm going to be going down to Disney World in 7 years. I had to think about that for a second. 7 years I have not celebrated fall at Disney World. 7 years that TJ and I have. It's been 7 years that since TJ and I should say, have filmed our most recent Florida-based playing around in Spirit Halloween. The last time TJ and I ever did anything Spirit Halloween related was 6 years ago, and that was here in Kentucky. But still, 6-7 years ago, that was the last time TJ and I ever did anything Spirit Halloween related. And here it is, 2025, and I'm going back again. It's so nostalgic to bring, certain things back. I haven't done in so long. So, anyway, very excited to just go back to it again. And, I'm really looking forward to it, and I'm really looking forward to just seeing what God has in store for our future. But my conclusion for this, besides that, I decided, well, Northern Kentucky obviously doesn't have much to offer, so, what can I change? And I knew the only way to change anything was to improvise. And I know that sounds like a really stupid way to improve my YouTube channel, but it actually ended up working. I started adding on all kinds of things, like the Cincinnati Zoo, the Newport Aquarium, Kings Island. I had to find a new theme park to vlog at. And I mean, I'm going to go through the same exact crap again in North Carolina, but you know what? It is what it is. We'll get through it together, because eventually I'm moving to North Carolina. I decided to go more a travel-based direction. I started vlogging down in Pigeon Forge, and I really enjoy doing that because it's a touristy-based area, and there's a lot to see down there. Sure, there's only one theme park, Dollywood, but at the same time, there's so much other things to see down there to vlog. And it really gave my YouTube channel a lot more variety. Then, I brought in the whole Hilton vlogs aspect. I thought it would be really neat to show everybody all the different Hiltons around the country and around my area at that too. Sure, it's not theme park related, but it gave my YouTube channel that extra oomph it needed to make it more interesting. I decided to go more of a travel-based over the years. And sure, I still keep that theme park name. Why? Because I still keep vlogging at Kings Island every single year. I'm getting a Kings Island Silver Pass here in the next few weeks, maybe month. And I'm going to be vlogging at Kings Island all summer long. It might be once or twice a week. Eventually this summer, you guys are going to see your very first Wawa on my YouTube channel. I shouldn't say, well, not just very first Wawa, but first Ohio-based Wawa. And then obviously when I'm down in North Carolina and down in Central Florida, I'll have to go back to Wawa again. So this is definitely going to be a Wawa year. Anyway, it's just, been very interesting just seeing what I can do with my YouTube channel every single year. And every single year I stay up here, it's like, what can I do to improve my YouTube channel? What resources of mine can I use to improve my YouTube channel? Eventually I'm moving into North Carolina, and obviously there's no Kings Island out there, but what do I have? Carowinds. Excellent. We'll start vlogging over there. I'll have the North Carolina Zoo. I can use that. I mean, I use what God has given me. And, eventually the Hilton vlogs are going to go away. I hate to say it. Probably by early next year, the Hilton vlogs are completely going away. But that doesn't mean we can't enjoy them while they last. I mean, sometimes all good things have to come to an end. I've done certain playlists where they lasted for a while, and then I said, well, this is the last one, and you're probably like, what? Like, it was just getting started, or it was just getting good, and I'm like, well, unfortunately, I ran out of good content for it. I always have a good weekly awesome discussion topic, because it can be anything. Like, literally anything. So, unfortunately, due to timing, I will not be uploading this until I get back from baby shower at the hotel. But I'm not going until 6:30 this evening, so I will have this scheduled to post at 5 p.m. So my plan is to come back here and get ready for Publix and go ahead and upload this to my YouTube channel at the same time, make my bed, all that fun stuff, and then go hang out at my parents' until I leave for work, because I'm only working 4.5 hours today. Very chill, laid back day. I'm working a lot this week. I'm almost working 40 hours, which is extremely unusual for me. And I hate when I get these stupid texts that mean absolutely nothing to me. But anyway, I'm very thankful that the end of my week is the least amount of hours I'm working all this week, because I literally put in the majority of my hours at the beginning of my week. And at this point, I'm just like, oh, I'm tired. Anyway, I will see you guys in the next vlog. And always remember, you can do all things through Christ, who gives you strength. Make sure you just keep checking my YouTube channel every week and my Facebook page, facebook.com/themeparkevangelist. You never know if I'm just going to be doing this every single week, like just my awesome discussion topic. I always try to aim for Wednesdays. Can't always happen next week. I'm very happy to tell you guys my next 2 weeks will be vlogged on Wednesdays, but that's not always the case. Sometimes I have to improvise and just work with what I've got. And sometimes I can do more than one vlog in 1 week. It just really depends on what's going on. Just wait till Memorial Day weekend, and I will start adding on more vlogs on top of what I'm already filming. And then it will obviously increase from there come late July. But hang in there. We're going to get through this 1 week at a time. Have a great day. See you soon.